Yo, dude. What are you playing?
Oh, I'm playing Stardew Valley.
Have you started a new video yet?
It's only been a couple hours. Don't worry about it. I'll get on that soon enough.
Dude, it's been like 3 weeks already. Come on. 3 whole weeks.
What? Are you serious? I've been dreading this.
Do it for the fans, dude. Do it for the fans.
Fine.
Alrighty, dude. 4 eyes. Aaron!
Okay, I'm going. Ah, Square, you used to make amazing games. Whether it was something you developed to something you published, your titles all set the standard. I remember spending hours upon hours playing games by Square. Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, Star Ocean. So when I found out that Squaresoft had put out a game that was supposed to be playing like a movie, had RPG elements, and was a brawler, well, I had to play it. I never actually got to play it all the way through it. I remember my uncle had a copy, but that was it. And it wasn't until years later that I came across this at the bargain bin in my local game shop for $2. $2 too many. So does this game actually deliver on all the promises? Plays like a movie, has RPG elements? Let's find out. Oh yeah. Well, that's gonna be important. Alright, well, looks like we're in for a treat judging by the opening cinematic. Now the big selling point for this game was that it was advertised as a playable action movie. So it's going to be kind of hard to review this game because it is divided up into two distinct parts, gameplay and movie. So let's first talk about gameplay. The Bouncer is an arcade-style beat-em-up with surprising depth. After each win, you gain BP, or Bouncer points, or as I like to call them, Big Boy points. You can then spend those points to level up different abilities of each character, life, power, or defense. Before each battle begins, you get the option to choose which of the 3 main characters you will be controlling. Points acquired can only be used to level up that character. So leveling up each character evenly really isn't the best option. Choose one Bouncer and stick with him through that playthrough. It also helps to learn the combos, but who needs that when you can just mash the buttons and still win the game? I'm mashing buttons. In all honesty though, I found a move that completely wins you the game. It just, look. This move single-handedly won me the game. Rats. Good job, whoever developed this. That's good game design. I mean, by the end of the game, I had no points in my special ability. I don't even know what they look like. I just put points in health, power, and defense, and used the roundhouse kick. Okay, before we go on, please tell me why everyone in this world has zero sense of style. Look, just look at this guy. He's supposed to be a ninja? Nah, this is a ninja. He looks like he belongs on the cover of Leather and Chains Digest. With all RPGs, you start off at the lowest level in order to do battle and gain experience and grind to a higher level. So when you go to level up in the Bouncer, you're like, life, power, defense? Pfft, give me them new abilities. Now at this point in the game, you probably have 1 or 2 upgrades. And if you're like me, you want the best abilities. Boy, was I wrong. The first boss. She just wrecks you and your team by dancing and doing backflips and cartwheels.
Game over. Game over.
I was getting frustrated by this point, and I wasn't invested in the story enough to really care about learning the combos. And believe me, we'll talk about the story soon enough. I just restarted and put points into life. Maybe this will help. Kind of. I just mashed buttons until I found the best move in the game, and we all know how that turned out. Well, now that part's out of the way, let's talk about the story. It sucks. For a game to be touted as a playable action movie, the story is extremely bland. It starts off with the news reporter talking about some new satellite the Mikado group was building in order to solve the issue of it being produced by solar rays and Some lady yells about being too late for something, and she's gone.
Who was that? Who was that? What?
So this girl is important for some reason? Got it. The Leather Brigade then shows up too. Here's where we actually get the first taste of fashion for this game. Big demon guy who's supposed to be a big softy demon guy, but he's got horns and stuff sticking out of his face.
What's with the sour face? You're scaring away the customers.
Sorry, just doing my job.
Yeah.
Your job is to scare away the customers. He's the bouncer, I guess. Who is this?
Hey, Dominique, he's been waiting for you. Hurry up.
This is our sunny, cheerful disposition of a hero, Sion, who looks like Sora from Kingdom Hearts, and not surprisingly because the characters were designed by Tetsuya Nomura.
What the?
Alright, time for some action. Ragdoll physics. Nice touch. I honestly don't know if this battle is winnable, but even if you get killed, the game continues. Dominique gets kidnapped by the bondage boys and Sion gets really mad. What more to do now than to chase them down?
Let's go to Mikado.
Whoa, hang on. I've got connections. Let me look into it first. I need you to check on something for me. Yeah, I need to get into Mikado fast. Look, I'm in a hurry. Yeah, thanks. Great, what time? Gotcha, we're taking off now. Thanks, I owe you one. There's a special train at the central station that's headed for Mikado.
So the gang ends up at the train station where they hitch a ride on the train heading towards Mikado. I hope you've been taking notes because by this point you might be just as confused as I was. And I wouldn't blame you. The game just throws you in and it's like, well, here's the satellite, you gotta... Just before each battle you're given the option to fight as one of 3 characters. Each character has his own point of view for the story, which means you'd have to play the game 3 times to fully understand the story. The voice acting is so bland, the characters are just as thin as the paper used to write their scripts. The story wasn't interesting at all, so I really didn't get invested. I just stuck with Sion as my main guy for this playthrough.
So nice to see you again, Echidna.
Is that you, Volt? I thought I finished him off.
Indeed, but I'm not the Volt you once knew. Now it's your turn to take a trip to hell.
Oh, fire coming out of Volt. That was hot. That was bars. I don't know. After hitching a ride on the train, we meet up with Echidna, this squirrel fashion person. It's here that I really got owned and had to play a little more strategically.
I'll teach you a thing or two about a woman's wrath the next time we meet.
Oh dang, the next battle? That'll be epic. So the gang ends up at the train station where we fight more guards and encounter the most annoying part of the game. The doors close off behind Sion as he runs into the foreground onto incoming crates and containers that just pop out of nowhere because you can't see them. What are you doing? I could be playing Stardew Valley or Legend of Zelda. Why am I even driving? We then find ourselves at the Mikado building where Sion sees...
Dominique!
And...
Yo, driver, drop us off over there.
Hey, I'd kill myself too if I had to be in this awful game. Once they're down on the ground, they end up fighting the Leather League again. This time headed by their leader, Mugatsu.
I knew he'd be here.
It's you! How does it feel to have your woman taken away from you? I'll save her after I bust you up. Unfortunately, that's not how this story goes.
I'll tell you how this story goes. Now it's time to kick some butt. And by kicking butt, I mean just using the tornado kick.
That song.
Yeah, well, what about it? Here's the point of the game where we realize that nothing is explained, like, ever. Here we get introduced to 3 new characters. Panther Lady, Duragon, and what? Oh. No, never mind.
In Eastern cultures, they say there's only one way to repay one's master, by surpassing him.
Forgive me, Sion. Mikado must be stopped.
Master!
You must do it, Sion.
So they know each other.
I see that you have studied under Wong. That would explain why you've been so difficult to deal with.
I'm avenging my master, and I'm taking back Dominique!
She is my sister. I'm the one who will take her back.
What?
In this fight, you have to deal with both Panther Lady and Duragon. It really isn't too hard of a fight compared to the battle with Echidna. After the fight, we're treated with a backstory cutscene.
Open up! My sister, she's dying!
Oh dear, where are your mother and father? One moment. Doctor! Doctor! I'm sorry, the doctor's on a house call right now. You'll have to find another hospital.
Are you all right? Good heavens! To the hospital, quickly!
I've already tried. The doctor's not in. It's revealed that Dominique was extremely ill and her brother Duragon was trying to save her. What luck that the head of the Mikado group decides to adopt them, and Duragon then succeeds Mikado in taking over the business. Why does any of this matter? It doesn't.
You must become worthy of inheriting the Mikado group. Obviously, you must excel scholastic.
So the gang standing over a game of Tetris falls to the lower levels of the Mikado building and everyone splits up. Each fight for this part of the game is a 1 versus all situation. It actually turns into an exploration mission. Is that a good thing? Well, if the last few minutes of this game are any indication of what's to come, then no. No, it's not. Yep, I was right. It's boring. This whole layout of the building looks exactly the same. So wandering around until you find the next fight or come across the next portion of the game will become your chore. Video games are supposed to be fun! Sion comes across a computer terminal where I'm sure a lot of the story is explained, but I don't got time to read. We learned that the Panther Lady was actually someone named Chaldea, and Sion knew her for some reason. Again, nothing is explained. Speak of the devil. Sion, being the meathead bouncer that he is, doesn't even remember his own mother, sister, daughter?
You don't recognize me, do you?
Huh? How's my knight in shining armor?
And that's why they wear leather. Apparently not dead, Volt and Co meet up again to help take down Mugatsu. Again.
I don't care if I destroy my mind! As long as I slaughter all of you!
I swear, Mugetsu should do stand-up. No, he should be a professional clown.
As long as I slaughter all of you!
Nah, never mind. After Mugatu is defeated, Dominique wakes up and...
Xian!
Always getting me in trouble. You had me worried.
This is the first time you ever hugged me.
After heading to the rocket tower, we discover Mr. Wong, aka Dead Guy, helped Dominique escape the Mikado group. Xian and Dominique encounter a Sephiroth wannabe whose existence is, once again, never explained.
If you think you got what it takes.
3-on-1. Those are acceptable odds.
The battle is just like the rest. Tornado kick, and it's an auto win. I timed this battle. 30 seconds. 30 seconds for a boss battle. The Sephiroth fan club shows up and...
There's more of them!
I don't like these odds at all.
Xian!
That was probably the coolest thing I've seen in this game so far. And I didn't even participate in that.
That was Dominique?
She is Duragan's dead sister.
What?
Duragan, the present CEO of Mikado, had a younger sister who lost her battle with a terminal illness. Using his position as the head of Mikado, he spared nothing to bring her back to life.
Oh! What? You can't just do that, game. You can't just show off something cool and shrug off an explanation with something stupid when it's best convenient for you.
No wonder you know so much.
Yeah, blah blah. Something about Volt having a history with Mikado. Next!
Congratulations! Who would have ever thought you'd make it this far?
Echidna!
No, go back, go back.
I shall become #1. Once I defeat all of you.
So we defeat Echidna again and try to catch up with this Gallios thing, which is a ship.
Too bad. Launch preparations should be done by now.
We're too late?
So that's the Gallios.
We gotta park this thing.
It's Mugetsu! I've been waiting for you! Now that I don't have to worry about Duragan or the girl.
Who's gonna pilot this thing?
I can't wait to butcher all of you!
Oh boy, recycled bosses! Don't you just love that? The gang makes it aboard the Gallios for the final showdown with Duragan.
With this satellite, I will provide unlimited energy to those who will follow me. And I will demonstrate what happens to those who cross me. Human beings want to be controlled. They forsake those who offer no benefit. They lord those with power. They can do nothing for themselves. Mankind's true desire is to be dominated by absolute power.
Ah, sounds like Trump supporters. What did I just play? The Bouncer tried so hard to keep the aspects of a beat 'em up and a movie together, yet it's rolled up into one big mess. The voice acting is bland, the story is uninteresting. I feel like there was some effort put into parts of this game, and if you really wanted to dive deeper into the lore and world of the Bouncer, not that you would want to, the rest is all here. Games like Indigo Prophecy, Shenmue, or Heavy Rain are what the Bouncer wanted to be, and these games came out after. In the end, the Bouncer is not worth your time, and you're better off playing something with substance like Stardew Valley. And if you'll excuse me, I've got some farming to do.
Of what used to be, can I send you something too? 'Cause my heart's missing you. Love is a gift that I give you tonight. Under these stars, to wherever you are. Love is a gift that I promise I will give you. My heart to yours forevermore. People everywhere are reaching.